For the first time in program history, Queens will play for a South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship versus Lincoln Memorial at 4 o'clock. And Coach Lundy, you did it with an impressive semifinal win. I don't think anybody saw this coming, a 30-point beatdown of Wingate, the only team on your schedule that you had not beaten previously this season. How'd you do it?
I didn't do anything. Our guys played exceptional defense, probably the best defensive effort of the year. We turned them over 20 times and held them to 26% from the field. We played, par on offense, which is all you need to do if you guard like that. We held them to 51 points. So their effort, their energy was phenomenal.
And it's a team that averages about 83 points per game this season, about middle of the road in the South Atlantic Conference, but a pretty good offensive team. You did it forcing 8 steals with that pressure defense. The game plan, you mentioned in the post-game the team executed it pretty well. How did that game plan come about, and how did you feel about the overall enactment of it by your team?
Well, we had some trouble guarding them the first 2 games, and felt like we needed something to maybe put in front of them, give them a distraction. And our guys had a little 3/4 court press. But the difficult part of that, executing that game plan, is to make sure that you get matched up when you get back, and then you may have a different guy than you usually have. So each player had to absorb, what their personnel tendencies were. And I thought that we couldn't have done better with multiple matchups in multiple scenarios, with those guys absorbing and executing that game plan.
And a couple of juniors for you got it done. There was one point early in the second half where they took a 21-point deficit at halftime, went on a 10-0 run, and turned it into a 12-point game. But Ike Agassi stepped up, hit a couple of threes. Todd Withers, a phenomenal performance, 17 and 10, another double-double for Todd. Seemingly every time your key guys step up in a key situation, and they did it again last night. What'd you think about that?
Well, we came out and they went on the run. We called timeout. I don't think we had scored at that point in the second half. Ike just steps up and hits a huge shot. Mike hit a huge shot. Todd hit a huge shot. And all of a sudden, that lead, I think in Wingate's mind, became insurmountable. So, those guys, the players go and they make plays. We have really good players, and they have to do the same thing today that they did last night. But last night they were ready to play. They were loose and free offensively, which was good, but very focused defensively.
All right, one of the highlights off the court last night, Tate Small before the game got honored in the Elite 18 award by the South Atlantic Conference for academic achievement, off the court achievement, as well as the success he's had on the floor. He had no idea the award was coming. What did you think about Tate receiving that honor last night?
Oh, it was fantastic. In fact, I just talked to Commissioner Britz, and he asked me the same question. Was Tate surprised? And he was. What a lot of folks don't understand, not only is that GPA high, but he was in one of the most difficult majors at Queens, which is not an easy academic institution to begin with, and that he actually graduated in December in 3.5 years in that program. So, I don't normally try to get players on our squad that are smarter than me. There are a lot of them, I know, but Tate is a blessing for us to have him with us. His focus not only athletically, but also academically, and he doesn't get enough credit for what he does socially and off the floor for our program as well.
Yeah, Tate with a 3.62 GPA. That's
a really nice award. It's better than the all conference awards. It was a big time.
We'll put it in the trophy case.
Yeah, we have to talk to Tate about that.
All right, Lincoln Memorial. It's the way it should be. Number 1 versus number 2, the seeds in the tournament. The 2 co-champions in the regular season. Number 1 and number 2 in the Southeast region. The winner is going to host the regional. That's what it will come down to. You saw what they did to Carson Newman yesterday. Led them by 48, won it by 46. It's a good team, and it's a team that's played you evenly this year. You won by 2 at home. They won by 2 at home. How do you size up this matchup?
Well, boy, watching them yesterday, It looked like we're playing against some Transformers, or they looked it looked insurmountable for us yesterday, watching them and trying to scout it. But I think the game there, which was our latest contest with Lincoln Memorial, I don't know that I've seen a stat sheet that was as close as that stat sheet. They made one more shot. We took almost exactly the same number of shots, the same number of turnovers, almost the same number of rebounds, almost exactly the same shooting percentages from 2 and from 3 and from the free throw line. It was almost like someone created a stat sheet that had never been created before. In all my years, I'd never seen that. So we are evenly matched. That doesn't mean this game's going to be evenly matched. We've got to take their first punch. They're really good at coming out of the gates. So we've got work cut out for us.
Well, if game control means anything, you've led them by double digits in both meetings. They've never led you by more than 3. So we'll see what comes today here in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship game. We'll have the play-by-play coverage for you right at opening tip-off at 4 o'clock on queensathletics.com/Royals Live. Also, catch a feed of today's game on ESPNCharlotte.net. Coach, congrats on the success. Good luck today.
Thanks, Phil.